Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back once again with Eldrazi Ramp on a play for game 1 against Lava Ridge. We can keep this hand and we'll dump the return. Let's then reveal Devourer. Trigger. Sowing Mycospawn would be really good here, because then we just need to find a soul land in order to then kick it on turn 3. Yeah, there's a higher chance of us seeing a soul land than there's a Mycospawn. So we'll do that. Play Temple, pass. And pass. Breeding Pool, shocked. Blue source for Tamiyo. Let's go Wooded Foothills. And fetch. Grab a forest. Cast a Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, it's kind of what I was afraid of. Well, Utopia Sprawl's net neutral, but we don't have another forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we can go Talisman of Impulse, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands Talisman. Yeah, probably good. So I'll grab the Talisman. And then we'll pass back to opponents. Now, this is probably Temur Grinding Station if I had to wager a bet. Okay. Well, that is a Saga. That's a Rumble. And they are going to take, I imagine, a Mox Amber. There's an Emery. There's a Mox Opal in there. Well, this does complicate things. I think it might be correct to play Karn the Great Creator instead. That will slow down things significantly. So I'll name Eldrazi. And let's go with Karn. Let's go ahead and minus Karn. They don't have a red source right now, so I'm not as worried about an Unholy Heat. The question is whether or not we should still grab Tormod's Crypt to go Chalice. I think we will grab a... You know what we might want to grab? We might want to grab EE for 0 because they're eventually going to make a Saga. They're likely to going to hit card of Emery if I had to wager a bet. So maybe EE is correct. Let's preemptively guard ourselves. No need to cast it now, so we'll pass. Next turn we can Sowing Mycospawn, Talisman, and EE. So that should be fine. The Malevolent Rumble actually is a little bit concerning in the graveyard. I'm realizing that again. Because if they can get Underworld Breach, but I guess they would also still need to have these Mox online, because they'll run out of green mana eventually. Well, there's the Steam Vents for the Unholy Heat. That's concerning now. Do you have the Unholy Heat is the question. If you do, Karn's down, and you can proceed with your normal game plan. That would be less than ideal, I will admit. Also, if it does seem that MTGO is with a slow frame rate, right now I'm running two OBSs because I am recording a league as well. But right now, oh, there you go. That might be a bit better since I closed that window at least. Okay, Karn will take a hit, so no Unholy Heat. That's good news. And Emrakul the Promised End. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, let's go Stomping Ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab a Lab for Devourer. Then play Talisman. So yes, we will shock. I will go... Sowing Mycospawn. We'll grab the Ugin's Lab. Imprint the Devourer. Resolve the Mycospawn. Cast Impulse. And cast Engineered Explosives. We'll take up on the Mox Amber. Get that into the grave. And then we will pass the turn. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. EE will act as 13. Now, question of the day, do they have a Pithy Needle in main? I don't foresee them playing it, but it's a possibility is the problem. They're just going to float. Alright, well, in that case, let's go ahead and activate EE and pass. Next turn we do have Emrakul the Promised End. And I think what we'll do is probably tick Karn down for Chalice of the Void. Either that or Tormod's Crypt. I think Tormod's Crypt might be better here. Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, well, they were smart. We'll choose the EE. That doesn't mean I can always grab it back, theoretically. Preordain. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are one short now, the Emrakul. Now we can change that actually rather easily. If they kill Karn, we can cast the Emrakul, If they don't, I can take Karn down, grab Tormod's Crypt, exile their graveyard, and then cast Emrakul. And I think we're set. We'll attack with a Tamiyo at the very least. Yep, can't do anything about that. Sporadic Springs, Bolt for Preordain. Okay, well now this Emrakul's looking that much better. They will flip the Tamiyo for what it's worth. Take up Tamiyo. And grabs the Mox Amber and another Tamiyo. Okay. Well, let's minus Karn. Yes. Let's grab a Tormod's Crypt. Let's cast the Tormod's Crypt. Target you. And then let's go ahead and make it uncounterable just in case there is a world. Emrakul the Promised End. Well, no attack since you have the emblem from Tamiyo. Thassa's Oracle. So you are on Oracle. Fascinating. What expected you on Grapeshot, friend? There's a grinding station. No reason to play that. Well, let's go to main. Well, let's... Oh, I have to have a target. Rude. So let's go with Emry. I mean, it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't really matter too much, right? Well, we definitely want to play the Thassa's Oracle, because that pretty much means that they no longer have their win condition in hand. So we'll go ahead and play Thassa's Oracle. I can set up their hand to be pretty bad. Mishra's Ball is doing nothing. We don't want them having Sing in a Stupor. That's going to be put on... I get to put up to one of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom. Oh, I see. So I guess we'll put the Mishra's Bauble on top. And then we'll go to combat. No reason to take up on the Tamiyo. Yep. Attack. And attack. Trigger. Yes. Block. So block you, and pass. And then pass. So you're drawn to a artifact that does nothing. You have an Emery. You can at least play that. There's Unholy Heat for what it's worth. Grinding Station. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 3 would be 5, so, or 8 minus 4 would be 4, so no World Break, or no Soin Microspawn. Yeah, 8 minus 2 would still be 6, so still no. So I might respond. So we go World Breaker and get rid of the grinding station. We'll tick up Karn, targeting the Mox Amber. And we'll go to attacks. We don't want that Unholy Heat, so we're going to take out the Tamiyo. The next turn we can just win with one attack. I'm surprised they didn't tick down for on Tamiyo to bring back Unholy Heat. I think that may have been a misplay. But we did get there. So this is Temur Grinding Station. Win for game 1. We'll bring in the Stone Brain. Stone Brain might cut the returns. And I think we don't bring in Dismember. Let me take a look. No, we do not. So we should be good as is. And for those wondering why the deck list isn't up, for some reason OBS is having a conflict where it can't show 2 deck lists, and even if I hide one on the other OBS, it's still not showing here on this OBS. Not sure what's up with that. A little bit odd, a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. We can survive without the deck list on the right side for right now until I finish recording the league. I was thinking 2 hours was going to be enough to complete a league, but we had some really grindy games. But on the draw for game 2, this hand's pretty solid. It's an early Myco spawn into an early Karn, so we will keep this. All right, Steam Vent Shock for Preordain. Scry 2, draw a card. Top 0, bottom 2. Bobble. Draw another lab. Okay, well, let's crack the Windswept Teeth. Grab a Forest, Utopia Sprawl, and on green. And pass. And pass. Okay, well there's the Saga, an Amber, an Emery. So kind of a similar position as last time. Preordain. They do have the red for Unholy Heat, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we do have 2 Karns now, and that is relevant. Well, let's go ahead and cast Karn the Great Creator. Let's go ahead and grab Engineered Explosives. once again to insulate me from that Saga token that inevitably will be created. If they have the Unholy Heat, that's fine. We have another card as backup. Yep, so that's okay. Not the end of the world, but not great. Grinding Station. Do they have it? I mean, they can bring back the Amber. Maybe the Tormod script was correct. Yeah, damn. So they do have it. So Tormod script was correct. So this is a good learning lesson of, as much as I want to protect Karn, knowing that they have the Unholy Heat, Tormod script is correct there, because then at least we can interact even if Karn dies, because, yeah. If they just happen to have the Grinding Station, they just win. Because Thassa's Oracle's in the grave now. Now they just need to mill out their deck and then bring back Thassa Oracle. So the EE really did nothing. The Tormod script would have given me a turn. And the turn would have allowed me a Karn. Yeah, so it was safer to go Tormod script. Okay, well, that's on me. We're still kind of learning how to navigate this matchup. Yeah. Good thing to note, though, that you're still on Thassa Oracle. So Stonebrain naming Thassa Oracle will be good. On the play for game 3... I will... A little bit awkward. I'll keep it, though. Because if we find another soul land, there's a turn 3 Myco spawn kicked. So that is good. Yeah, I think for the most part, playing Karn, I think the first thing we should always grab, unless we really need another card, is probably Tormod script against Grinding Station. I'm starting to realize that more and more, because like I'm sitting here going, well, they'll have to have the Grinding Station, and then they always do. Whereas if we had the Tormod script, we would have had another turn with Karn, and that would have made their life more difficult. Ugh. Opponent is mulliganing down to 6. Alright, they'll keep 6, reveal Devourer. Well, there's that temple we were looking for. That does get us a kicked Myco spawn, at the same time Karn. So I think we grab Karn. I'll go Eldrazi Temple, pass. Probably should have went Stomping Grounds tapped in retrospect. Bobble. Bobble target me. Bobble target... Yes, me. So they know about Karn on top. Well, let's Stomping Ground untapped. Let's go ahead and Malevolent Rumble. There's the Ugin's Lab. So next turn I think we do kick the Myco spawn to get rid of Urza Saga. Shock the Steam Vents. Well, let's go Ugin's Lab. Devourer. Kick the Myco spawn. Oh, I messed up my colors. Get rid of the Saga. And grab a Temple. Consign. Okay, so they give me the body. A bit frustrating, but we do at least have pressure on board, and that did eat a consign that they were otherwise going to use for Karn. The question is, do they have the win here somehow? There's Tamiyo. There's Preordain, so they don't have the win. And they no longer can counter Karn. There's the Mox Opal. Okay, Stone Brain. Yes. So let's play the Catacombs. For a forest. The Mox Opal is doing nothing right now. So we have 5 mana accessible to us right now. We can play a Talisman. And then let's go ahead and play a Stone Brain. Stone Brain target you. So we can name Thassa's Oracle, which will eliminate their win condition. We can also name Underworld Breach. And it pretty much does the same thing in case they have a secondary win con that we're not aware of. There's the Unholy, and there's the Jace. So we were right to name Underworld Breach. Okay. Let's go to combat. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 2 short on the Devourer. And now we just really need to worry about their mid-range plan with Unholy Heat. Mind you, Jace is also something to consider just because they might be able to mill themselves with Grinding Station still. You do have 5 types in the yard. Do you want to note that fact? So they do still have Delirium, and I imagine will be pretty easy to get that back with the Malevolent Rumble too. But right now they don't have any green sources, which is good. Though they could make a Construct and make a green source, or attack with Tamiyo and also make a green source that way now with the Opal. Jace? Looks like Jace. Alright. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No imprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had the Unholy Heat, so we do need to be mindful of that fact. So Tormod Script probably is the best option here. Yeah. So let's go with Talisman of Impulse. And then Karn the Great Creator. We'll minus Karn and grab a Tormod Script. cast the Tormod script. You have a plus and then a -8. Well, you can't attack me this turn, so I think we just attack down Jace. And then hold up the ability to respond to our opponent. I imagine you make a construct here. But that would be your entire turn. So I think that's what's going to make them hesitate, but maybe not. Here's your construct. This little guy Lantern will take a Kozilek's command. I guess either that or the World Breaker. Depends on what they're worried about right now. Whether it be an Emrakul or the World Breaker coming back. Okay, so they're more worried about the Emrakul, which is reasonable. Stomping Ground shocked. We'll go ahead and hit you with a Tormod script. End step. Yep, attack, generate a clue, grow the construct, and return Devourer to hand. Eldrazi Temple. We'll tick Karn up on, I guess, the clue. Yeah. Maybe the Mox Opal would have been correct as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we can, yes, grab back the World Breaker as well. Now the question is to get rid of the Tamiyo or get rid of the Jace. I mean, they're trying to mill out here. We'll be able to get rid of the construct next turn. So yeah, I think we just get rid of the Jace at this point in time. And let's also return the World Breaker now. And pass. And pass. So now their last major win condition is Thassa's Oracle. There's the Rumble. They can't grab the Unholy Heat, so they probably grab the Emery. The thing is that they mill over the Thassa's Oracle at any point. They're pretty much just dead in the water. Which is Thundering Falls. Puts Malevolent Rumble into the grave. Kappa Cannoneer. Yes, Kappa Cannoneer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're too short on paying the ward. Well, we'll block the constructs. Devour of Destiny and Breaker. The problem is that the Kappa Cannoneer will eventually attack through us, right? So we need some way to deal with that. And we need some way to ensure they don't win with Thassa's Oracle. So we're now worried about 2 fronts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll have 2 remaining. We should have waited on returning that World Breaker, because I would have liked to have cast a Devourer as well as... Huh. And they still play Sink into Stupor as well as the next problem, right? But it's likely that Karn dies the Cannoneer next turn. That is problematic. A solution to this, of course, is a ensnaring bridge. It's not a good solution, though. It saves us from their initial mid-range game plan, so I'll take it where I can. At least allows me to get some time. Sink and Stupor is still a problem, however. And a Haywire Mite to boot. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, Karn was dead regardless. Damn. Cracks a clue. Cracks a clue. Use Opal's green to get rid of bridge. Yeah. So we need a soul land to get rid of Kappa Cannoneer. Yep, Hairmite gets rid of bridge. I cannot block the Cannoneer. I will block the Construct. Very unfortunate. Oh, we will block the Construct, obviously. Down to 9, meaning that if they can grow this Kappa Cannoneer anymore, I'm dead. Am I also crack the Soul Guide Lantern? No. Finds another Tamiyo. What do we see off the top? Comes down to this. Oh, don't tell me it's an Emrakul. Did you seriously see an Emrakul? Oh, okay. No Soul Land. That actually works out. So we can get rid of Kappa Cannoneer. So tuck the Breaker. Cast Devourer. Get rid of the Kappa Cannoneer. Ward. Yes. Cannoneer down. Now you can grab back the Unholy Heat, kill the Devourer, and hit me for 5. Next turn, I'll bring back World Breaker. And then remove the Construct. That should give me some number of turns. Yep, Tamiyo grabs back the Unholy Heat. Was I right? Yep, there's the Unholy Heat. You'll need 5 artifacts. You can generate 1, so you need 4. You only have 3 cards in hand. You can theoretically shifting woodlands to get 2. So you would need 2 in hand. Shifting Woodlands becomes an Emery. You can grab back a artifact. Grab back's a lantern. Okay. Plays the lantern. Yes. Exiles the Devourer, that's fine. So this will be 6 damage down to 3. Okay, could be worse. Oh, let's return World Breaker to hand. You need to consign to memory. If you have a consigned to memory, you win. No consigned to memory? We're good. Okay, so we're not out the game yet. They'll draw a card and pass. Take up Tamiyo. Let me see everything they have in grave right now. I mean, they can't really bring back anything that will kill me outright at the Shifting Woodland. Crack a Clue. They might be now on the mill plan with Thassa's Oracle. There's the grinding station, so yeah, I think they might be on the mill plan. They milled over a sink. So I think we need to just race them to the bottom. Oh shoot. Do they have enough? And also, do they have the Thassa's Oracle in hand? Becomes... what was that? Oh, Emery. So if they have the Thassa's Oracle in hand, a Thought Knot would be good. That's not a Thought Knot. They don't have anything here that can kill me from the grave. At most they can deal me, what? 2 damage? Oh wait, hold on. No, they can... oh, that was a bad idea, wasn't it? Shoot. Yeah, I forgot that triggered on any. And not just theirs. That could cost me... 1, 2. They would need enough green for both, however. And if they were to do that, 1, 2, I think they have enough for 2 damage. We attack the Tamiyo. I can get them a preordain. So I think we do. Okay, down to 8 cards. Yeah, I should not have played the Talisman of Impulse. I forgot that triggers not just on theirs, but on my artifacts. And now that they can copy a freaking Kaba Cannoneer, they win. They didn't realize that, though. Now they did. Should have not attacked, I guess. Did it matter? Did you have the Oracle in hand? I'm curious if they did or didn't. I guess I shouldn't have attacked. No, it wouldn't have mattered, right? Because it's just unblockable. Tamiyo makes a clue, it just becomes unblockable, so I wouldn't be able to do anything anyways. Rough. Yeah, I was pretty sure that Kappa Cannoneer was a one of in most lists, so seeing 2 is unfortunate. Well, we could have done more there, I think. Specifically in game 2, we could have put up more of a fight. I think for the most part, unless you're doing something proactive, resolving Karn against grinding station should result in -4 a Tormod script, because that does always guarantee you an additional turn with Karn, or at least an additional turn. So I think that was my major mistake in this match specifically. In game 3, I think we played well enough, so I'm not horribly upset by that result. Unfortunate, but lessons were learned. With that being said, we'll be back for round 2. Alright, and we are back for match 2, round 2. On the draw for game 1, we'll keep this. I mean, this is good for Thought-Knot Seer, this is good for Kozilek's Command. So we have options. I think this might be Dimir Oculus if I had to wager a bet. Malevolent Rumble's not bad, we'll take 1. Let's go Thought-Knot Seer. At the same time, Rumble's really good with this hand. Screw it, let's go Rumble. And let's go Lab. Imprint Devourer. Pass. Let's see what you fetch for, friend. Okay, so it does look like Dimir Oculus, so we're gonna hope that they don't have a force or a counter spell up next turn. I will hold up the ability to respond, just in case they find a way to unearth a Harbinger. Okay, so they're going to hold up a counterspell then. Well, that's a bit frustrating. Let's see if they do counter the Rumble. They don't. That's wild. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will be short. But what you won't be short of is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll only have 6. That's like a turn 4 or turn 3 breaker, right? No, turn 4 breaker. A little bit slow, but it is a blocker. Yeah, we'll grab. At the same time, we could always grab back breaker later. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll be 5 behind. I think we do grab the breaker. And pass. I guess I should hold up the ability to respond in case of a Orcish Bowmaster. Undercity Sewers. Ooh, not thrilled about that prospect right there. Oh, I'll just sack it in response. 'Tis the responsible thing to do, even if we have nothing to cast with the mana. Do you have an Unearth? Or do you have a land into an Oculus? I feel like Unearth is coming. Oh, a Murktide. Okay, well this Devour gets that much better. I guess we could... We already have a Devourer sitting underneath that lab, so I think we'll go Temple and then pass here. Now, if they do have a land into a Harbinger, we are pretty much dead in the water, I fear. That's scary. Okay, Spellbound, that's fine. Well, let's go ahead and tuck the Breaker. Do you have a main deck consigned to memory? You do not. And the body resolves too, so no counterspells in hand? I shoot your sheriff? Fine, go right ahead. Graveyard Trespassers, interesting. Oh, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. Well, let's start off with a Rumble. And they force, it's not the end of the world. Karn is a threat. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 minus 4 would be 3, so I can't then cast the Thought Knot. I'm thinking we do grab Karn then. And what I'll do here is we will cast the Devour of Destiny. Targeting Graveyard Trespasser, we will discard a card. We'll discard the Wooded Foothills. And pass. And pass. So now we have Threat on board. They can't cast an Oculus, but they can unearth one. And seeing that one Sporadic Springs is on board, meaning there's between 0 and 1 left in deck, meaning that if Karn resolves into a bridge, then we pretty much have the game. And looks like we have the game regardless. Alright, good stuff. All right, on to game 2. Let's bring in 2 Dismembers and cut to Kozilek's return. on the draw for game 2. We will keep this. This hand is pretty solid. Even better now. Jesus. Oh, Wall Breaker. Talisman. Pass. Talisman Resolve, so no Spell Snare. Thought Scour. Thought Scour. There's a Harbinger they could unearth. That would hurt me quite significantly. Do you have the unearth? You do not. Utopia's probably be mana neutral, but I don't exactly want to risk that. So let's instead cast a Swain Mycospawn and see if they have a whatchamacallit, counterspell or consign to memory. Opponent's thinking. They do not. So I'm tempted to do something here. I'm going to attempt to... Do we want to ramp actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we do ramp still. I'm going to ramp and exile. So ramp. Oh, I don't want to exile a creature. I want to exile something engrave. Because they theoretically should have enough for Oculus if they do crack that fetch for a Surveil land. And I also don't want to see them unearth that Harbinger. So let's see if we eat a counterspell here. I feel like we won't, though. Though I guess we could eat a force. Here's the counterspell we were thinking about. Yep. Well, I guess that does result in them having enough for the Oculus anyways, but they don't have it. Fascinating. Oh, let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I could. No, I kind of want to hold back the World Breaker in case they do end up with a Harbinger on board. We can at least then bring that back, and at that point we'll be able to cast it. Do you have a consign to memory? Yes. And that is all 3. So I don't get the body, I don't get the triggers. Unfortunate, but alright. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we'll return the World Breaker to hand. 3, 4, 5. So we'll be short 1 on the breaker. Well, let's play the forest. Well then, Utopia Sprawl, mana neutral, and we'll put it on black. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So I mean, if I had cast the Utopia Sprawl last turn, well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. I guess I could have done it so it was mana neutral, but I don't know. I guess I was playing a bit safe. Maybe I should have played more aggressively. I'll attack in, that's fine. Well, let's actually attempt to rumble here. Does this resolve? This does resolve. We haven't seen any sink into stupors, but opponent concedes regardless. I'll take it. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for round 3. Alright, and we are back for round 3 on the draw for game 1 against Mini Miz. And we will keep this hand, and I'll pass to my opponent. Okay, so this looks like Rakdos Hollow One if I had to wager a guess. Though could be, keywords could, be Living End. But I'm going to guess Rakdos Hollow One. There's a mountain, Faithless Looting, looking for a way to get an early Hollow One. Oh boy, this deck is a gambler's wet dream, but when they hit high, they do keep on rolling. And let's see how many. There's one. Alright, so only one is palatable. Kozak's Command actually will help out here quite a bit. Windswept Teeth for a forest. Sprawl on red. Pass. And pass. Next turn, Thought Knot, though, Is there an argument to Kozilek's Command? I'm thinking specifically for the possibility. I think it is appropriate to probably Kozilek's Command on their upkeep to get rid of Faithless Looting and Street Wraith. That eliminates the ability to flashback, but also to get a Phoenix on board. So I think that is correct. So we'll go to their upkeep. Bowmaster resolves. Yep. Let's Kozilek's Command. We'll ramp and then exile 2 in the grave. Let's get rid of Street Wraith and Faithless Looting. Done. And actually we should hold up the ability to respond in case of another Bowmaster. Okay, so good news. No hasty threats. No delirium either, which is actually even better. Be able to push in response. We'll do the responsible thing. I think they do have delirium now, though. Yes, they do. 4 types in the yard. Shocking in a Blood Crypt. Fatal Push number 2 will respond. Once again, is the responsible play. Maybe there is an argument to playing a Talisman last turn. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and Malevolent Rumble. Let's grab a forest. Let's play the forest. Let's cast Thought Knots here. I guess it does get the Fatal Pushes out instead of having to worry about them hitting the Thought Knots here for what it's worth. That's a land. That's actually beautiful to see because now you have blocker. And we'll pass the turn. And next turn we can kick a Myco Spawn. Block the Hollow One. This does turn on the Phoenix, which I'm not thrilled about. Nethergoyf, not thrilled about that either. Well, Kozilek's Command does help out here. I think on upkeep, we might want to do this once again to get rid of Hollow One and Nethergoyf. So it'd be at least x equals 1. So we can go... Actually, if it's x equals 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can't do that, but we can do this. So let's then grab a whatchamacallit, Eldrazi Temple. Yep, I'll choose that. And if it's just an X1, we can also ramp with a Talisman of Impulse. Okay. Go to Upkeep. Crack the Arid Mesa down to 12. Theater. What do you bin? If you bin anything at all. Fatal Push. That is fine. Go to Upkeep. Kozilek's command, x equals 1, exile a creature, exile the Hollow One. Done. No chance of a Phoenix now. I guess they could just cast it for what it's worth. Spellbomb. Well, they can get rid of my graveyard, which kind of sucks. Yep. Good ol' Nihil Spellbomb. DRC. That's a bit unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can cast pretty much everything in our deck. With the exception of Emrakul. Oh, do you seriously have the Phoenix? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you... No, Murderous Cut. Okay. Not the end of the world, though annoying. So down to 4. What do we draw? Rumble. Let's rumble. Karn the Great Creator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, if we had one more. We will grab Karn. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunate. A bridge would have been really good. We'll play Talisman of Impulse. Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. Tormod's Crypt. When do we activate the Crypt? That's the question of the day. Do we activate it? I mean, if they have a Phoenix, they win regardless of whether or not they bestow it, right? Because we can only block 1, that'd be 4. So I think we just wait till combat. A Phoenix wins them a game, a Tarfire wins them the game, a Bolt wins them the game, an Orcish Bowmaster wins them the game, Street Wraith, so another chance. Uh-oh. Phoenix? No. What is happening? Yeah, Phoenix wins them the game. That's the only thing I can think of for 3. Yes, that's fine. One, two, three. Okay, so I see what they're doing here with the DRC. All at Karn. I will, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. So this block really doesn't matter. So we will go blocking. I'll block the DRC. Okay. Devourer. Well, let's go ahead and cast Devourer. That should be good. Let's get rid of DRC. Let's tick up with Karn on Talisman of Impulse. And then pass it back to our opponent. No attacks. Okay, we're still really close to dying here. In reality, I probably should have activated this Tormod's Crypt on their upkeep, because if they drew into the Phoenix, I would have died. Yep. Sowing Mycospawn. Let's go 1, 2. We'll get rid of a land. Technically, it doesn't matter which land at this point in time. Let's grab a Sanctum of Ugin. I'm just trying to think of what kills me here. Tarfire is not going to be good. Phoenix is not good. Tarfire doesn't kill me necessarily. A Bolt does, though. We could minus Karn and grab Chalice of the Void, X equals 1. That genuinely might be a good idea. Yes, let's do that. Alternatively, you can go Haywire Might, but I don't think that's going to be as significant. Okay, let's go to upkeep. I need to exile your yard. I've come to realize that fact. At this point, we pass. They can always grow the Goyf. Well, there it is. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cast Emrakul. And we win. We got there. Woo! So that was Rakdos Hollow One. Pretty good ones over there. Oh, that was a close one. I almost, if they would have drawn the Phoenix the turn where I didn't exile the graveyard and upkeep, they would have won. I almost punted that. We run it back as is. We don't have a great record against Rakdos Hollow One. It can just be really, really fast. On the draw for game 2, we mulligan this hand. It's doing nothing. This is doing something. Utopia Sprawl. So we go Forest, Utopia Sprawl, Temple, Rumble. I'd say pitch the Catacombs here. Done, reveal Devourer, and pass. Let's see that turn 1 Burning Inquiry just to freaking mess up my entire game plan. Yep. Another glyph, that's fine. Devourer. I think Kozilek's command is going to be really important here. So let's go Utopia Sprawl on red and pass. Now the question is, do we Malevolent Rumble next turn? I think we still do, because we'll then have 3 being able to hold up for the Kozilek's command. So I think that's correct. DRC. Burning Inquiry can mess me up bad. Oh no. Oh, there goes the Emrakul. You know, that could have been a lot worse, I'll be real. Though they do have a freaking 5/6 on board, Jesus. Let's go Ugin's Lab. We'll imprint the Devourer. They have 5 card types in the yard. We do want to get rid of... Oh, we don't have to get rid of Phoenix yet, right? They only have 1 mana's worth to exile. So we could Rumble. We get rid of Phoenix. That gets rid of Creature Enchantment. So that drops it down to 3 card types. So let's Rumble. Well, there's a Kozilek's Return. That's actually really good. I will grab a Forest here. And we'll pass. Alright. Let's see what they cast and what they do. Arid Mesa cracks. That's fine. What are we doing here? For 2 mana. And then continuing to pay cost. Murderous Cut. Targeting. In response. Oh, you got to be joking me. The fact that they surveilled over a Detective's Phoenix is so rough. Oh, damn. Well, we will, because I have no ability to respond after. I will exile. So get rid of Nethergoyf, get rid of Detective's Phoenix. Done. This means if they do escape the Detective's Phoenix, DRC will shrink. So I think that is fine. was so unbelievably lucky, but as I've said many a time, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Did I get rid of a Phoenix? Hold up. I did, right? Was there 3 Phoenix in there? Jesus. Well, this is mana neutral. Let's go with green. And then pass. What we can do is we can exile the DRC during combat, so we won't take any damage. Yep. Let's Kozilek's Return. Or command, rather. We'll exile DRC and ramp. Here's a Phoenix. Go to end step. Malevolent Rumble. Well, let's play the Uggin's Lab. Done. Let's go ahead and rumble. Well, there's Karn the Great Creator. Let's return Devour to hand. And let's exile Detective's Phoenix. We will not trigger Kozilek's Return. Okay, Phoenix out. And what the fresh what? Oh, okay. What does that do? Deals 1 damage to each opponent. Fascinating. Ox of Agonis, yeah. That was on empty hand too? Jesus. Sanctum of Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll have 3 left over after attacking. They know we have Karn. Do they have a good way to deal with... Okay. Well, now I think I will... I was thinking about grabbing Bridge, but with that happening, I think it's correct to grab Tormod's Crypt. What do you mean, wow? You saw me take it. It was revealed with Malevolent Rumble. What do you mean? That's on you. Oh, Christ almighty. I guess I could have waited for them to cast something. No, I couldn't. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Burning Inquiry. Well, that's just rude. Hollow One. You have a way to haste it. Magebane Lizard. A non-creature spell. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God dang it. Now take a damage from Magebane. Well, let's go attacking. Because if they don't block this, I win. Oh, that's on you. You should always be careful of good old walking ballista. Oh, and we got there. Clean 2-0 against Rakdos Hollow One. Very close games, mind you, but we got there. With that being said, we'll be back for round 4. Alright, and we are back for round 4 on the draw for game 1 against Will the Pill. That name sounds familiar and I'm trying to place why, but we will mulligan our opening 7. It's not really doing too much. This hand's also not great. Mulligan here as well. Hand is tolerable. It's not great still, but we can keep it and go for a turn 3 Mycospawn. Oh, this looks like it might be a mirror match. Or at least close-ish to a mirror match. Yep, that is why. This is Eldrazi, Temur Eldrazi-tron versus Eldrazi-tron. They tuck the Devourer. Well, let's tuck our World Breaker. And pass. They might have an equally slow turn. Okay, maybe not. That is 4 mana. Do you have a Talisman? You have a Thought-Knot-Seer. Hold up one second. Head up. Temur Eldrazi-tron normally does not play Thought-Knot-Seer. Is this my list? Wait a second, is this actually a mirror match? Hold up. 1 second. Yes, we will also grab Thought-Knot-Seer here. Hold the goddamn phone. I guess if we see a Karn, then we know it's my list. Crack it. Yeah. Topia Sprawl, that's fine. Another one? Son of a... Yeah. Did we see any blue sources? No. This genuinely might be my list. That's so fun if so. Oh, let's cast Karn. The thing is, World Breaker will make my life 1,000 times more difficult. Because that's 6 mana, 1 card in hand. So unless it's a World Breaker and they draw into a land or vice versa, we could go E-Bridge. Like, Karn dies regardless, right? Alternatively, we could go like Stonebrain next turn and try and get rid of Soya Megaspawn, try and get rid of that, but like that's playing behind board with 2 Thought-Knots in hand on board. So I guess we do grab the E-Bridge and pray. Because like Karn's down guaranteed. That's not a question. Cavernous Souls. Well, if you have the World Breaker, you have the World Breaker. But now would not be the time to play it. Okay, so I think they have the World Breaker. And I think they realize maybe I shouldn't play that right now. Yep, Karn down. Or maybe not. Hey! Wait! Is this my list? Oh, no way! I'm honored. Oh. Even if I lose, I win. Oh, that's so freaking funny. Well, you know what? I will freaking take it. That's so funny. Let's rumble. 1, 2. So we have 4 types in yard. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll be short We will be short. Not to mention they could always just go Karn minus for Tormod's Crypt. Have you missed Ancient Stirrings at all? I haven't. Though still gathering data on TKS. I think we have to try with the Emrakul and hope that they misplay. And then, I mean, does Bridge do anything? It forces them to grab something, right? It forces them to grab a Haywire Mite. Testing team is looking at your list specifically. I think it's great, but a couple are questioning on Stirrings. No, that's a fair assessment. Would you mind messaging me on Discord? Would love to get more info on your team, on your team's testing for Portland. All right. Yes, Karn minus. I imagine you're grabbing Tormod's Crypt. This is so friggin' funny. I love it. Haywire Mite. Yes. Okay. This is fine. Though they also will. So the only downside of this, right? They'll still be able to shrink the amount of mana I have available. So 6, 7, 8, 9. We're still gonna be short on the Emrakul is the problem. Appreciate you. That's so funny. I'm so happy. Like, I cannot express. Like, I haven't talked about it before. Yes, so you'll hit that. I can't really do anything about that. Karn. Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right, so this is Gruul Eldrazi ramp. I kind of want to specify that it's the Karn version, because there is a significant difference between the two lists, like just straight up Gruul versus Gruul Karn. Oh, this is so fun. Yeah, as I was saying, one thing I really haven't talked about too much is the fact that, like, for as long as I've been playing Magic the Gathering, I never thought on the play for game 2. As I was saying, though, I never thought that I would be developing an archetype. I never thought that I would popularize a specific list. I mean, that first started post. Actually, that first started like post MH3 with whatchamacallit. Post MH3 with Eldrazi. I was helping popularize and pioneer that archetype. Post ban, I put out a list for both Eldrazi and Eldrazi ramp, and Eldrazi gained some traction. What do you do here? If they have a lab into Karn, we're going to be screwed. So we need to go Karn the Great Creator. No Karn, but Rumble Emrakul. Alright, Karn out, so Rumble is relevant. But yeah, so I never really thought that I was going to, like, make my own list. I didn't think I was going to help pioneer an archetype, let alone pioneer and popularize one in the way that I have with... Oh, Jesus Christ. Sowing Megaspawn might be the correct grab here. Yes. So we're gonna have to rumble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have the forest for 7, so yes, we're gonna have to rumble here. Rough. Rough. Yeah, they'll have it regardless. So how do we want to play this? Because they'll get rid of the Sanctum of, or not the Sanctum of Ugin, but the Ugin's Lab. So we could grab Sanctum of Ugin, play a land, because we haven't played a land this turn. That'd be a bad idea to actually grab a forest. Yeah. We'll grab the forest, and impulse. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're short 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They definitely have the forest, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's better that we just keep the command up. Misty. But yeah, it just makes me so happy to see people use my list. It's just something I never really thought was going to happen, and then it has. And I don't know, it's just really exciting as someone who's like been playing Magic for like what, 22 years? No, yeah, 22 years. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Attack with Spawn. I respect it. Yeah, I just never thought that like I would popularize a list, and here we are. And I'm losing to my own list, which is hysterical. It's awesome. I love it, and I hate it. We can play Karn here. If we do, so they have 3 cards in hand. So they have 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they do have Emrakul. If we rumble, we would have to high roll into a land. Oh boy. And then we could play Karn, but Karn still died a Myco spawn, which kind of sucks. Alternatively, I could X to get rid of 2 types in Yard, but I think they still have no, did they still have another Rumble? They still have another Rumble. Right. Yeah, so I think we have to Karn. That cuts them off of 1 mana, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Rumble's going to make it too easy for them, so I have to minus Karn for Tormod's Crypt. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, we'll run it back to them. We'll kill Karn. Play the forest, I imagine. Well, they play the forest. I can't respond to it, so I have to get rid of their graveyard now. Yeah. And then they rumble. And they grab what? Ugin's Lab? They grab Ugin's Lab. Oh, that's enough. Stonebrain? Okay. Stonebrain target me looking for what? Emrakul? No, I don't think that would be necessary at this point. I mean, sowing Mycospawn. Yeah, that makes more sense. I thought about going after sowing Mycospawn with the Stonebrain, and I just wasn't sure it was correct. Karn. Well, let's go ahead and rumble. Ugin's Lab is good. Ugin's Lab, Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They only have one card in hand, so it must be the Emrakul. Okay, so I must have... But they do have 13. 15. Can I remove enough types and spawns? Yes, I can. So we can go exile, exile, target, target, target. And that will leave them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short. Yes. Really my only option to avoid them casting Emrakul right now. It's an ugly option, but it is an option. What do they draw into is a good question. Wait, you don't have enough, do you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, you're short. Oh, there's a Kozilek's command? Oh. If this is, it adds back 2. Yeah, exactly. It adds back 2 mana, but they could find a Rumble. But you'd want to hold up a green source if that's the case. Am I crazy, or can they cast the Emrakul? Oh, they just strip mine instead. And scry X. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. So that way I can't cast Emrakul. Unfortunate. Top 3, bottom 5. You got to be joking me. Oh my word, seriously? That was... They don't even realize it. That was the best play they could have made, hands down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 13. So they have the Emrakul. There's 2 card types in yard, so I can't grab back the Crypt. And so they guarantee a Emrakul. What can I do about that, if anything? I have 4 mana, 1 remaining thereafter. What's in my sideboard? Nothing that will work is the answer. I can't Haywire Might. I can't EE. I can't Chalice. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 11, 12, 13. So they have the Emrakul no matter what. Well, we'll cast the Karn for what it's worth. Nothing good inside either. Like, do we just minus Karn? No, I think we just plus Karn. Maybe we should plus it on the Talisman. Probably, yeah. Plus it on the Talisman and block the Myco spawn. They would have taken control, I guess. So, as you'll see, that causal... Oh, they're not doing it? That, I think, is a mistake. Yes, that's a mistake. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it's it. Yeah, it is. Because now we can minus. Oh, but wait! Oh no! We are going to have just enough for them to attack bridge into it. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it sucks. Not to mention they are going to be able to... Oh, well, we'll make them work for it. We'll make them work for it. So we wish for bridge, cast bridge. They'll play Emrakul now. I might will get rid of my own bridge for what it's worth. Not to mention they'll be... Oh, well, that works too. So I drew Emrakul the turn after you cast Kozilek's command. GG's. Oh, it's so heartbreaking. So close. Yeah. And I got nothing here. Get rid of woodland, yep. Another Soin Mega Spawn. Disgusting. Yeah, we got absolutely nothing here. Well, Emrakul, it would have been nice a turn sooner. Actually, the first one. Not speaking to the second one, but technically there's only one of you. So, you know, would have been nice if you showed up one turn sooner. Good luck in the rest of the rounds. Talk to you soon. Alright, and we are back for round 5 on the draw for game 1. This hand's keepable, but a little bit awkward. We can't reveal Devourer in good faith. Actually, no, we can. We're on the draw. We're good. Never mind. I thought we were on the play. Even though I just said I was on the draw. My mind's a bit frazzled. But we good. So we can go Forest, Temple. Now let's go Mycospawn into Mycospawn. I am tempted to go Breaker here. Now let's grab Breaker. So let's go Forest. Cast Utopia Sprawl on red. And pass. Looks like this might be... Could be one of two things. Could be energy. Could be... Ooh, it's not energy. It is Ruby Storm. That's scary. Well, we need to hope that they don't win next turn. If they win next turn, well... Not to state the obvious, but we lose, right? Christ. Well, let's go Eldrazi Temple and pass. I guess I could... Maybe it was correct to instead go for Lab to play Impulse, tuck the Devourer, but we can still play the World Breaker regardless next turn. Granted, we don't lose. So as long as we don't lose, we might win. Okay. Well, that Impulse kind of was a dud unless you have more draw effects. It sounds like you do, unless you're just trying to put them in the yard. Wish for Past in Flames? Past in Flames might be worth it. Underworld Breach. That one's odd to me, I feel. I guess you can escape it multiple times. You know what? Fair. That's fair. You can escape multiple times. That makes sense versus just one. So, you know what? That makes sense. Thankfully, they've been hitting nothing but duds, but if they play this Ruby Medallion, then... Wish? What did you just wish for? What? Oh, Galvanic Relay. Holy hell. Okay, yeah. Galvanic frickin' Relay. Top card of library during your next turn, play that card. Well. Huh. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would have... Okay, so yes, we 1000% misplayed by not grabbing Lab to Tuck Devourer to play Talisman, because if we had, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess it wouldn't have mattered all too much, because we could grab Karn, yes. But then what would we grab with Karn? Moments like this is where I do wish I had a copy of Soulish Jailer, because that would make things really difficult for them. I wonder if we cut a copy of Might or a copy of Brain for Soulish Jailer. That might be smart. Because we can get rid of the Ruby Medallion. They'll cast out the Ruby Medallion. They'll cast the Scalding Tarn. They'll have 2 mana up. And then... I mean, they have some stuff they can hit. Alright, well, let's go with Forest. We will Breaker. At least make them spend some more mana. Let's go attacking and pass. So now they need to cast the Ruby Medallion. Ral. Oh, well, shoot. I guess, yeah, they can cast the Ral. That makes sense. Why would they not play the Scalding Tarn from Exile? That confused me. Manamorphose. Yes. So they're looking to flip the Ral. Yeah. So Soulish Jailer would have really helped here. Dang. It also would have helped if I just would have sequenced better. But then again, I mean, we have this Devour for Ral next turn if they do somehow whiff. That's a big if, though. There's the Ruby Medallion. There's the Ren's Resolve. I need you to whiff. They win the flip, but don't choose to flip it. That was smart. They're 1 short. Another Impulse. Past in Flames. Do you flip? I do think regardless we lose, at least based on our current sideboard. Yeah. The question is... if I were to bring in a Soulish Jailer, which I think might be worth it. Though, what deck does it really hit? From Exile, right? So, let me look up Soulish Jailer real fast. Let's see here. Scryfall. Soulish Jailer. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. Can't enter the battlefield. So it does hit a couple of things, right? It hits Ruby Storm. It hits Reanimator. It hits, excuse me, Indomitable Creativity, specifically for Persist. It hits Dimir Oculus if we're afraid of... Excuse me again. An Unearth? I'm trying to think of anything else. It said permanents in graveyards. So that also hits stuff like Temur Grinding Station. Okay. Yeah, that makes it more tempting. So we get hit by Grape Shot. You then flashback it after you cast a Past in Flames for... Oh, hold on. Did you mess up? Past in Flames is going to cost 3. You'll have 1. No, yeah. No, you have exactly. You're good. You have exactly enough mana to make it work. Yeah, so if I do cut a card, what should I cut is the question. And that's the part I'm not sure about, whether it be Stonebrain or Might. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I think Soulless Jailer might be a worthwhile addition. Mind you, in this specific instance, I would not have been able to cast it because I played inefficiently. But if I had played efficiently as I thought in retrospect, we could have wished for Soulless Jailer, grabbed Soulless Jailer, and I think they would have just been bricked. So I think that would be worth it in these situations. Yeah, I guess it also interrupts like Past in Flames and Hollow One. Yeah, maybe a Soulless Jailer is worth it. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you think I should cut for it. I'm thinking either a Haywire Might or a Stonebrain. I'm leaning more towards the Stonebrain than the Haywire Might. But let's go to sideboard for game 2. I did do the math. Let's cut the Mycospawn as well. And bring in Dismember. So I did do the math. Basically, if we go X4, we drop. X4 doesn't even qualify for prizing outside of player points, and I really don't care about player points. So X4 drop. X3 still has a chance at top 32 and getting some chests, so that's worth it to me to play it out. X2 does have a shot at top 8, but I think only one person will make it. Based on when we lost, it's unlikely that we will make that cut. But I will aim for top 32 with an X3 record at the very least. X4, like I said, we're done. That is that. Alrighty. Yeah, so I think, as I'm thinking about it more and more, I think I want to cut a Haywire Might out of the sideboard for a Soulless Jailer. I think that's correct. That will help out in a number of matchups, and that's the biggest thing about the Karn board is just having a silver bullet for everything. Not everything, but as far as many things as possible. I think giving up a Haywire Might is fine. I think we lose out on percentage points, specifically in the Titan matchup. Yeah. On the play for game 2, this would be really good if we had a 7-drop. We don't, though, so mulligan. Still not great. It really still isn't great. I'll be real here. Like, it's a turn 2 rumble, sure, but then what? I guess we'll search for... Stonebrain won't even do it, right? We won't be able to Stonebrain. I guess we'll be able to hold up Kozilek's Command X2 for their turn 3, though. Like, they could just win on turn 2. I'll keep it. It's not my favorite hand in the world. Eldrazi Temple, pass. And pass. Bloodstained Mire, pass. Okay, there's Karn for what it's worth. Let's crack Windswept Teeth. Grab a forest. Cast Malevolent Rumble. We'll grab... We'll grab Thought-Knot Seer. And pass. 3 card types in Yard. I need 10 mana for Emrakul. Alright, comes down to whether or not they can win on this turn. Can they win on turn 2? I mean, realistically speaking, I'm just going to pass. I can't really do anything with the spawn. There's Ral. Okay, well... Oh. Well then. Don't mind if I do. So, let's go ahead and cast Thought-Knot Seer. Another Ral. So let's get rid of Ral. And then Dismember Ral. And pass. So I now have no mana reduction. Alright, well let's see what they draw it into. They can still try and go off. Try being the opportune word. We have 3 mana, 4 for Eldrazi, 4 card types in Yard. Emrakul costs 9, so we're 5 off of Emrakul. What are we thinking, opponent? Right now just sitting on upkeep. Just processing what just happened. Either that or trying to figure out a way to win, and I'm not sure which. Either way, I'm a bit scared, not gonna lie. What you thinking, friend? Trying to set up with an impulse. That is fine. Pass in Flames in Yard. Land? Land. Fetch for a forest. So, we can attack with Thought-Knot. We're going to pass. We're going to hold up Kozilek's Command. Reckless Impulse. Resolves. Double Ral. Do you have a land? Commercial District. Okay, so go to end step. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Kozilek's Command. This is also what, Naya Ruby Storm? Tiles of Impulse, not doing much. Devour, not doing much. Wooded Foothills, we will top. Draw. Wooded Foothills, crack. Forest. 6, 7. Say hi to Emrakul. Attack with Thought-Knot. And concede. Yep, because then we're not going to cast the Ral. We're also going to cast their Past in Flames, basically empty their hands. So yeah, that was perfect. All right, let's go to game 3. On the draw for game 3. This might be a turn too slow is the problem. We need to high roll into either a Eldrazi Temple or Ugin's Labyrinth. I'll keep it. It's a risk, but at the same time, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. What do we draw? Emrakul. Not what I wanted to see right now, I'm not gonna lie. I will go, what, double green? Or black? Let's go green and pass. So we go Talisman of Impulse into Stonebrain. I know, like I said before, I don't normally like casting Stonebrain if I can't activate it on the same turn. Not the biggest fan. Ral. Well, that's concerning. That tells me they might have a Ral in hand. Whoa. Hold the phone, friend. Did you just pass? Okay. I need to look up wear and tear. Hold up. Wear tear. I mean, they could cast tear right now, so I feel like they would have if they had the ability. So let's then play Stonebrain pass. They're looking for a land. Shifting woodland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stonebrain or Thought Knot? That's the question. They have to have a grip full of... They have a handful of cards that they can't play, right? I think we go Thought Knot here. Oh, Jesus. Well, okay. We take the Impulse then, because otherwise they can't do anything. I'll take the Impulse. And we pass. And now that we have information on their hand, we can potentially disrupt it. They can... I don't think they can even try and flip Ral. Are they just going to try and play both Ruby Medallion and Ral? Ral... Ritual... I'm trying to think of what the benefit is here. I guess the answer is there is none. Okay. A tad bit confused, but I'll take it. With that being said, we'll be back for round 6. All right, and we are back for round 6 on the play for game 1 against Helpful Hobo. This hand is good. Would benefit from a 7 mana value spell, but I will keep it. And we'll see what we draw into. Well, let's go Forest. Red and pass. Yeah, 7 mana value spell will allow me to cast Karn. Hedge Maze. Could be a couple things. Could be Titan, could be Temur. Eldrazi Ram, could be Temur Eldrazi. Okay, so this is Temur Grinding Station. Understood. Well, let's go Temple. Let's cast Talisman. Let's pass. Next turn, let's cast Karn. Right now they don't have Delirium. Malevolent Rumble. Well, they'll probably have Delirium now. And there's the Thassa's Oracle. Chooses Thassa's Oracle. Okay, Mox Opal. 3 card types in Yard and 2 Karns. Well, let's go ahead and cast Karn the Great Creator. Karn will likely resolve. Let's minus. And let's play it safe and go Tormod's Crypt. I think we've learned our lesson that Tormod's Crypt is very good here. Play Verdant Catacombs and hold up the ability to respond. With Thassa's Oracle in hand, we can strip that out with a Thought-Knot Seer, which will be very good later on. They're going to be sitting on it, so there's no reason for them to actually play it. Another Urza Saga. Not a huge fan of that, but we should be fine. Yep. There's a Construct. There's an Emery. And let me close the door real quick. My partner's doing the dishes, so go to end step. Crack Catacombs. Stomping Ground tapped. Play Wooded Foothills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could go and grab EE, which I think is still correct. Though there is a thought to grab Haywire Might. We can block the Construct and then get rid of the Saga. Either that or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we'd be able to play Karn afterwards. There's a lot we could do. Let's play it safe. Let's grab Haywire Might. Let's play Haywire Might. Let's activate Haywire Might, targeting Urza Saga. Let's fetch with Wooded Foothills. Grab a forest. And cast Karn the Great Creator. We'll tick up with Karn, targeting Mox Opal. That will shrink the Construct and pass. If they Emery targeting a card in their graveyard, I'll likely just Tormod's Crypt. Yep, we'll go and Tormod's Crypt. Move targets for Emery. Sporadic Springs. Shock. Make a construct. This is all fine. Karn will take a hit, go down to 3. Let's draw something nice here. Thought-Knot Seer is perfect, because now we can go and cast Thought-Knot Seer. And let's take that Thassa's Oracle out of your hand, friend. Minus Karn. And fetch Engineered Explosives. Play Engineered Explosives. So now they're on a mid-range beatdown plan. Float. They could have a Pithy Needle main. So I will crack the Engineered Explosives and pass. There's Haywire Might. That is fine. Preordain. They'll grab back Mox Opal. Thundering Falls. And pass. Shifting Woodland is actually really beneficial here, because we can always grab back a Tormod's Crypt. We'll take up Karn on the Mox Opal, there's no reason for me not to. I can't really attack here, unfortunately, so we will pass. Unholy Heat on Thought-Knot. Yes, that resolves. We'll draw a card for what it's worth. Imagine you attempt to go to combat, but let's see if you're paying attention. Doesn't look like it. Shifting Woodland, become a copy of Thought-Knot. Go to blockers, block the Emery. Urza Saga. Another Thought-Knot. Well, let's go and cast Thought-Knot. We'll take the Breach. We'll tick up with Karn. And I could, keywords, Shifting Woodland, and then, no, I'd be short. No, I actually would be, I'd have enough. I could Shifting Woodland and grab Haywire Might to get rid of the Saga, but I'm not sure that's necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we should be fine. We'll play the Ugin's Lab and then pass. And if we really need to in a pinch, we can always grab EE. So I think we're pretty good here. I think we have this relatively locked down. We've gotten rid of their win condition. They're now in a mid-range plan. We have ways to interact with that mid-range plan. We'll tick up on Karn, and I guess we'll tick up on the Talisman of Impulse. And pass. No reason to be hasty here. We can take our time. Make a construct for what it's worth. Like I said, I can always grab engine explosives from the graveyard and clear the board of constructs. Shifting Woodlands is a really good card in this deck, I have to say. Make more constructs. Yep. That is fine. Another 3/3s. They'll become 4/4s. Mishra's Bauble. Okay. Another Mishra's Bauble. Okay. Mox Amber. Okay. Shifting Woodland. Empty-handed. Go to attacks. I feel like we might just want to go Shifting Woodland. EE clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I do that, that would be fine. It would also clear their baubles and ambers. Minus. Target engineered explosives. Activate engineered explosives. Alright. My turn. Another Thought Knot. Not really useful here right now. Play Cityscape Leveler. And one more. Destroy Haywire Might and go to combat. Lethal is on board. I guess they can make a blocker the Shifting Woodland. Preordain. Yes. And what could you... I guess the Unholy Heat, yeah. Alright, well, that does mean I can't win this turn. But I sure can win next turn. And if you try and do any graveyard shenanigans, we now have a very big Kozilek's command. No reason to really target anything. Down to 2. Alright, let's see what you draw. Is it enough? I can't imagine it is. Alright, we got there. Temur, Grinding Station, win for game 1. Yeah, I'm thinking for the most part, like though that was almost the same exact situation as we saw for round one, game two. So I do genuinely think that grabbing Tormod's Crypt first rather than engineered explosives is correct. Because it does lead to them having to play around the Tormod script in a way that's inconducive to them winning. And then if Karn doesn't die, then we can always grab the engineered explosives to clear the board. So overall, pretty happy. On the draw for game two. Top decking a 7 mana value spell would be fantastic. We have a 20% chance of it happening. Otherwise, we go Malevolent Rumble on turn 2. Is that enough? We'll keep it. Tamiyo? Preordain. Rather get Preordain than a Tamiyo. Let the CS 7 mana value spell off the top. That would accelerate this hand significantly. Two top, 0 bottom. Oof. And a forest. And you pass. And pass. Yeah, even a 7 mana value spell now would be really good because then we can go Lab, Impulse, Malevolent Rumble. Scouting Darn. Fetch to 19. Stomping Grounds, Shock. 4. Rumble. There's a Thassa's Oracle again. Do you take Emry or Thassa? Chooses Mishra's Bauble. Okay, interesting. There we go. Imprint. Talisman. Malevolent Rumble. There's Karn. The nice thing about Karn here is it actually will also get rid of one of their win conditions if they didn't bring in Jace. If they brought in Jace, rather. If they didn't bring in Jace, then we are in a really good position. Saga. Once again, almost identical to the, like, every other time. Pithy Needle naming Karn. Yes. Having Karn on board is still enough in most cases. So we'll take it. It's fine. Could be worse. Emry. Rakdos will target me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. Bubble trigger. Well, we will play a forest. So Karn being on board can basically stop them from comboing, right? But we can't really do much other than that, and them holding up that stomping ground makes me a little bit suspicious of an Unholy Heat. So I think instead we cast Thought-Knots here. Oh, you have 2 win conditions here now. Oh, we'll take the Grape Shot. So now if I get rid of your Thassa's Oracle, you're on the mid-range plan again. So that's fantastic. The second Saga is not, but it is what it is. Breeding Pool. Tamiyo. Bauble. Pass, you'll make a construct on my end step. A second Karn. Well, we'll play a forest. Cast Karn. You could sink into Stupor. No, you can't. Never mind. You don't have the ability to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We shall pass. Saga, yes. Imagine you make another construct. I guess you could just bounce Karn with Sink and a Stupor. Ooh, not make another construct. Interesting. Do you have a way to win? No, they're going to make another construct after all. Yes, that's fine. That resolves. Then imagine you find a Haywire Mite. Yeah, that or maybe Opal. Opal or Amber. Finds an Opal. Yep. Plays another Saga. But I'd really like to get rid of this Pithy Needle. Amber. Yes. Emery for Bauble. Yes. To combat. At Karn, I'll move up to 7. So the only problem here is that by blocking a Thought Knot, we draw them a card, flipping the Tamiyo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think we need to block with Thought Knot. Yes, it will flip the Tamiyo. We'll be able to cast a Devourer and get rid of the Tamiyo so they don't grab the Unholy Heat. We'll also be able to crack the Ugin's Lab. And we'll see if we can cast an Emrakul the following turn. So take up with Tamiyo. Yes. End step. Return to hand. Two unknowns currently. Kozilek's command makes things interesting though. Let's take a peek at our situation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yes, we are actually 12, 13. Yeah, so we will have enough for the Emrakul. Is it correct to do this though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd also Kozilek's command X7, and it would do something similar. Okay, actually, yes, I have an idea. Because what they'll do is they're going to tick down Tamiyo to likely grab at the Unholy Heat. The only thing that truly stops me, regardless, is going to be this going to be a consign to memory. I guess they could also sink in the Stupor. That would be a bit of trouble. Oh, let's see what they do. Non-land spell or non-land permanent, yeah. To combat. So at Karn. Kozilek's command. So it's X5. 1, 2. Three, 4, let's say 5. My only issue of doing this is if they sink in the stupor. Okay, let's think about this for a moment. They kill Karn, right? We've already gotten rid of one of their win conditions. If we let them start to go off... No, I don't think I can. So let's create a construct. Exile up to 1 target card from graveyards. We need to block the other construct. So we need at least X1. 2. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd leave for an X1. So let's do 2. Kozilek's command. 1, 2, 3, 4. This way, if they sink in a stupor, we can cast it again. If they can sign it, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay. Well, we tried. Karn will die. Do you have the win? That is the question. You grab back consign. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, consign and sink. Underworld Breach. So you now have Malevolent Rumble. I think they would have had enough mana at all points in time to interact with it, is the problem. Is there any reason for us to sit through this? I don't think so. Well, yes, they could whiff, actually. There is a real possibility of them whiffing here, because they need a grinding station still. So once they hit a grinding station, then we can concede. They still haven't hit a grinding station, holy hell. They can go one deeper. I guess they also have the Mox Amber, so they can still loop this pretty consistently is the thing. Okay, there's the grinding station. You grab the grinding station now? Yes, okay, yes. So that will be the game. Okay, yep. I knew the consign was an issue, regardless of anything. We try to play around what we knew, which is a sink and a stupor. But that early Pithing Needle on Karn really hurt. If we had been able to activate Karn's ability, we'd have been in a much better spot throughout the entire match. On the play for game 3. Don't really like it, but we can keep it. It forces them into a mid-range game plan, which I'm fine with. So, Hugins Lab. Tuck. Breaker might be better than Emrakul here. Let's tuck the Emrakul. Stonebrain, pass. And pass. So we'll grab Underworld Breach with Stonebrain. The second Kozilek's command's really good. So let's go Underworld Breach. They do have an Unholy Heat, a Consigned to Memory, and a Malevolent Rumble. Their winning conditions are Thassa's Oracle only and Grape Shot. Okay, so they do have both. So Breach is the correct choice, and pass. And pass. There's the Amber. There's the Vents. There is the Emery. So they now can spend mana for Consign. Stomping Ground Shock. And pass. We can get that Consign out of their hand. Bobble. Yep, checks the top of my deck. Target Bobble. In response. Oh, I don't want to exile creature, I want to exile graveyard. Done. Let's eat that Consign. What? They did not cast the Consign. Why? Rumble? That's fascinating. Grabs Tamiyo. Casts Tamiyo. Temple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could cast World Breaker. They either counter the body or they counter the trigger. I guess it's a good test to see which they do. They have 2 additional cards in hand that we're not aware of. I guess they could actually counter both by sacrificing, the spawn. Otherwise, we could hold up Kozilek's command, but I think it's correct to play Breaker here. So we can play another one next turn. And we'll get rid of the Mox Amber. Yeah, the Mox Amber. And pass. What's happening? Am I confused? I feel like I'm getting punked. They have a Consign the Memory in hand, right? Am I playing around something that doesn't exist? I swear to God that I saw a Consign the Memory. Huh. I'm very confused now. Mox Opal in the grave. Guess they can Emery it back? Yes. Are they going to cast another Malevolent Rumble? Haywire Might. That's fine. Sanctum of Ugin. World Breaker. Get rid of Mox Opal. Trigger on the stack with Sanctum of Ugin. Well, 3 types in yard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll be short. Okay, what are you countering? All 3. So they did have a consign that entire time, just so confused. Go to combat. Let's threaten your life total. I'll block the Halarmite. That is fine. I guess you can bring it back with Emery for what it's worth. Maybe it was right to continue blocking. Preordain. Well, I think they're going to flip the Tamiya regardless. Well, I guess they definitely do now, right? Saga. Grabs Might. Plays Might. Attacks with Tamiyo. So yeah, maybe we should have held off on that. They'll crack the clue. Flip Tamiyo. Yes. They can't bring back a consign yet. Yeah, so as long as I have only one attacker, they can just keep on bringing back Might. A little bit frustrating. Double command. Well, let's make things and get rid of Might. Do you have another consigned to memory? You do not. So we can crack Sanctum of Uga. We have 6 spawns. Well, we can grab an Emrakul. Do we grab an Emrakul? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 6, so 16. So we'll be good there. We could grab a Thought Knot. That'd be a bad idea, but I think we grab a world. Yeah, we'll grab another World Breaker. Kind of wish I left actually one green source up, because that would have allowed me to kick a Mycospawn, getting rid of the Saga. So Tamiyo down. So no consign back in the hand. We also have a Kozilek's command still available. Saga will tick up. Yeah, I definitely should have left a untapped forest and would have kicked the Saga out. That would have been more valuable, I think. So a bit of a misplay on my part. Let's cast an Exile and Spawns. So Spawns, Exile, we only need to do 1. 1, 2, 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'd be short. No, we would 12. We would be short. Do I care about the bauble? I'm not sure I do. That's fine. You can have the bauble. You can have your silly bauble. Reading pool, so 2 cards in hand. Bauble. I'll draw a card. Well, we could have held that, I suppose. Forest. Emrakul. Can you do anything about Emrakul? You need a consign to memory. Target me. And return the lab. So we need 9 mana. 1, 2, 3. Hold up priority just in case. And recall the promised end resolves. We'll attack with Worldbreaker. You'll make a construct to block. That is fine. Let's take control of your turn. And opponent concedes. Good stuff. All right, not bad at all. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for the final round, round 7. All right, and we are back for round 7 on the draw for game 1 against Soul MBA Glade. I think that's how you say it. This hand is a bit... it's a turn 3 Soin Megaspawn, Soin Megaspawn, Thought Seer, or Kozilek's command, X1 on turn 2. You have better 6-card hands. This isn't much better. If the Sanctum of Ugin was a soul land, I'd be so tempted. I mean, Malevolent Rumble on turn 2 is good. It's the Soin Megaspawn on turn 3, but not a kicked one. So still kind of the same type of hand as before. Though we have the Emrakul, so it feels a bit better. Let's go down to 5. I'm kind of regretting going to 5. Going down to 4. I'll keep this. I kind of have to. So, Verdant Catacombs. Utopia Sprawl. Hi, Butter. Are you helping? So it comes down to our top deck off Devourer. Marsh Flats. Crack to 19. Blood Crypt. Could be Rakdos Hollow One, Thoughtseize. Hits Utopia Sprawl. That would be the smartest play. I guess you could take the Devourer, same idea, realistically speaking. Not sure which one would be better. You know what? No, taking the Devourer would be smarter, because that would mean that I'm only down to 1 colorless source instead of 2 with Ugin's Lab. That does cut me off of more options. So taking the Devourer, I think, is the right choice here. Okay, yep, they made the right choice, unfortunately. Devourer. Well, we can tuck an Emrakul to Promised End. Tuck a Worldbreaker. Let's tuck a Worldbreaker. Let's cast Verdant Catacombs, or play Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Utopia Sprawl on red. There's a possibility where we should have maybe grabbed Ugin's Lab instead, but I'm hoping that we draw into like Kozilek's command, Soin Megaspawn, Thought Seer, or Karn off the top. Yeah? What you want, sir? Come here. You want attention? Oh, hello. You're in my lap now. Is this enough attention for you? Well, look at that. We did find a Karn. So we ask and we receive. Now this would, I feel like this is Hollow One, but they've had a slow start. Karn the Great Creator. So this could be Hollow One, this also could be Boros Energy, but that would be insane, right? Or I guess Mardu Energy. That feels like that would be insane, though. So what's the smart play here? If it is either one, a ensnaring bridge would make it really difficult for them to attack through. Let's minus Karn. They clearly didn't play a Thoughtseize last turn. Let's grab the ensnaring bridge and pass. I think ensnaring bridge will give me the best chance of survival. Bowmaster target Karn, Karn will die. As long as we're able to cast the cards from our hand, bridge will take care of the rest. So this feels like it is either like some form of Rakdos mid-range. Okay, so it's Mardu. Mardu Energy? This feels so slow, though. I don't know now. Karn down. Wild. I think we hold up Kozilek's command. Let's hold up Kozilek's command. We'll take the damage here from the Bowmaster and Orc army. Sir, no plane of fires. Come on. Out the room. Okay. He's out the room. He was wanting to play with wires, and that is not allowed. Down to 17. Guide of Souls resolves. March Flats, crack. Godless Shrine, shock. Ocelot Pride, Ajani. Ajani will resolve. Ajani is something that we can't easily deal with something like Bridge. So we need to get rid of Ajani. End step. Now we have to hope that they don't have Galvanic Discharge to get underneath this command. Shoot. Fatal Push, not much better. Well, they don't have a red permanent yet, and we'll still make our 2 spawns for what it's worth. But Ajani is a problem. Another Kozilek's command. Well, let's play Ensnaring Bridge, and we'll hold up the Kozilek's command. Yeah, Johnny will be an issue the moment they have a red permanent. So we need to do something about that. Because even through bridge, they'll be able to smack me through. Well, let's make a spawn and exile Guide of Souls. So Guide of Souls is out. No more energy for you. Now the only issue is if they're smart, they'll start ticking up a Johnny. Each opponent chooses an artifact, creature, enchantment, and planeswalker. I guess that really doesn't change much. Another Ajani. Yes. Well, you got 2 Ajani, friend. Play Wooded Foothills. Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're short on the World Breaker. Arid Mesa. Crack Arid Mesa. That's concerning. I guess maybe a Surveil land? Trying to find something like Flage. I really need to shut my godforsaken mouth. Because that happens way too often. So now a Johnny is able to smack me in the face. Yes. We need a Devourer. Yep, that's gonna be 7 creatures. So I have a turn to do something about this Ajani. Yikes. End step. Fetch. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. That's something. That actually works perfectly. Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. We now worry about a Static Prison, but now we grab Disruptor Flute. Name a Johnny Nakadal Avenger. Yes, specifically the Avenger. And pass. And now we need to pray they don't have a Static Prison, but I feel like they would have cast it regardless. Next turn, if we make it, we'll minus Karn for Chalice of the Void, X equals 1. And then it comes down to, we're insulated from everything but double Flage. Double Flage will kill us. Okay, Shifting Woodland. Minus Karn. Yes. Chalice of the Void. Chalice of the Void, X equals 1. We pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're insulated from Static Prison and Lightning Bolt. So now we need to deal Flage. Don't you dare. Okay, thank God. Another Ajani. That is fine. Oh, you know what else we need to worry about? Goblin Bombardment. Yeah. So Goblin Bombardment, Flage, but Goblin Bombardment more so than Flage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We're okay. Tick up on Karn, targeting nothing. Karn will survive the turn. But we will have to Shifting Woodlands. And we'll get rid of Bowmaster. Actually, no, we need to get rid of the Orc Army token. Devourer of Destiny. I mean, I guess they have another Bowmaster, doesn't matter what I block here. To blocks. Yeah, I'll block the Bowmaster. If they have another Bowmaster, Karn's dead regardless. Well, we can play the Talisman of Impulse. We can tick up with Karn and pass. We can block the Shifting Woodland again. So I'm not worried about that. Once again, we're still concerned about Goblin Bombardment. Don't do it. Don't do it. Flage would be... Got Fabled Mirror Breaker. Fine. That is okay. Sir. Or Madame. Or whatever you choose for your gender. Did you not learn your lesson? Go to blocks. Okay, Kozilek's Return does clear. Tick up Karn. Kozilek's Return might be the better cast here. Because if they play Bombardment, we're not dead. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Fable Mirror Breaker. Discard some stuff. Draw some stuff. That was the one concern there. Just Fable digging deeper. To combat. All at me. In response. Clear the board. I guess I should have done that before they declared attackers, just in case this card never dies. I don't think it matters too much, but I should have. Just factually. Why are you shocking? What are you doing, opponent? The Flage. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, yes, yes. You got it. Let me know down in the comments what you think I should have done. Should I, last turn, have minus Karn to wish for Stonebrain, and then Stonebrain naming Flage? Karn would have died. We still could have cleared board, but Flage would no longer be a win condition. And we wouldn't die from a Goblin Bombardment. Or do you think it was correct in casting or plussing Karn to then activate Karn again next turn while keeping Karn on board? I'm curious on your thoughts. I think both are valid. Of course, you know, minusing Karn, targeting Flage, or naming Flage with Stonebrain would have ensured that I stayed alive for at least another turn. Unfortunately, I can't draw. I think maybe that was right in retrospect. Yeah, in retrospect, I think it would have been correct to ensure I don't lose to a Flage Yeah. It would at least allowed me another draw. We could have then casted Worldbreaker, gotten rid of anything on board. I mean, if we're playing not to lose, right? I think it was correct to grab Stonebrain, name Flage. Because we had a way of dealing with board in case of Goblin Bombardment. We just didn't have a way to deal with a Flage that both was cast and unearthed in the same turn. Or escaped, rather. Then all we had to deal with was Goblin Bombardment. And they would have needed a lot of on the play for game 2. I will keep this hand. Comes down to top decks, but it should be good. Opponent's down to 6. Opponent's thinking hard on this 6-card hand. They do keep it though. So let's play Windswept Heath, activate Windswept Heath, fetch a forest, cast Utopia Sprawl on red, and pass. Kozilek Return is good. We'll play an Ugin's Lab, tuck a Worldbreaker, cast a Talisman of Impulse, and pass. We now have Kozilek's command in hand and able to cast it if we feel the need to. The Surveil trigger from Raucous Theater resolves. What did they put in grave? Or do they keep it on top? Opponent's thinking. Keeps on top. Okay. Plays a... Well, there's a Johnny. So I do think it is correct to cast Kozilek's Return here. Because we really just need to make sure Johnny does not flip. And now we have it in graveyard for Worldbreaker. Let's play Stomping Grounds tapped and pass. The question is, depending on board state, do we want... Actually, I should hold up the ability to respond in case of a Charmaw. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't actually cast Charmaw, so we're actually clear in that regard. So, Blood Moon, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd be short 1 on the breaker. Though, as per usual, Blood Moon I feel hurts them more than it hurts me. We will get rid of Goblin Bombardment. Guide of Souls is fine. Shifting Woodland. And let's clear board, I think. Do I want to clear board right now? No, I think I don't. A Guide of Souls by itself is okay. If they commit to board at any point in time, we can just clear it at an instant. Blood Moon, Flinch, Obnix. Okay. So you will do that. I'll lose 2 life, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll lose the 2 life. That is fine. Devour of Destiny. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This gets rid of an Obnix. So Devour Destiny gets rid of Obnix. The thing is, they'll have basically more or less infinite blockers if I don't get rid of both. It's a bit annoying to just Kozilek's Return for just this, though. But so is not being able to do anything about this Obnixilus. So I will clear. Overall, we're in a good position, so I'm not exactly too concerned. Just the amount of blockers they can generate is a bit annoying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a land allows us to cast World Breaker. Otherwise, we can play pretty much anything in our deck with the exception of Emrakul, the Promised End. Obsidian Charmel is fine. You'll get rid of World Breaker. But you're kind of behind on board here. Unless you have a Static Prison, in which case that would be a bit frustrating. But we have a Karn now. So second main phase. Karn the Great Creator. Let's minus Karn. And I think we grab Chalice of the Void, X equals 1. So we'll make it harder for them to get back on board and easier for us to close it out because we have lethal on board as is. I guess you could Galvanic Discharge. No, you're just going to Elegant Parlor. If a Flage is on the top, I swear to God. Thank God. So you can't attack now unless you have blockers. Seasoned Pyromancer will count as blockers. Pitching Flage and a Johnny. Freaking yikes. Maybe we should have sat back with World Breaker. Oh. So this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 1 short. Yeah, we're 1 short now. We know they couldn't Static Prison. They couldn't Galvanic Discharge for Chalice. Or through Chalice. So maybe we should have sat back on Breaker and just attacked him Devourer. That way we could have minus Karn for a Tormod's Crypt. Yeah. I think that's a misplay on my part. I should have been a bit more conservative. Like, yes, if they didn't have the blockers, we win. But now we're kind of sitting back in an awkward position, especially if they have Arena of Glory. Freaking God. And now we also are 1 short on this Devourer. They have to block at least 1. But maybe we keep back the Breaker like we should have in the first place. Ugh. That was unfortunate. Yeah, I was too aggressive. I should have recognized the chance of there being blockers. You know, Johnny, another Charmaw, a Seasoned Pyromancer, Felia, etc. And just held back the Breaker as a blocker for Karn, because Karn being on board is so much more valuable than me trying to close out the game in that moment and with a chance of it not happening, right? And now we're in a position where they'll cast Flage. They'll hit me for 3, gain 3 life. And our only really recourse is to draw into a land to then exile said Flage. When if we had simply left Breaker back to block, we could have just exiled their graveyard. Ugh. Yeah, it's on me. Down to 13, up to 10. Fall for a sneaky reach. Do it. You did not. Drawn to a land. Ask and you shall receive. I will not imprint. Exile Flage. Attacking of Devourer. Hold back the World Breaker. And pass. And pass. I can hopefully come back from this. Johnny. Do you have double a Johnny? You have double a Johnny. Frick. Jesus. Now we're having to deal with a Johnny. 5 at face. Yep, down to 8. Jeez. Okay. I think that they win off my mistake. Let's think for a second. If we had not taken off the turn before they cast Flage, Karn would be at 1. Flage would be dead and gone. Devour would still be in hand. I guess we could have exiled. We probably would have pressed our advantage. Would we have pressed our advantage at that point and played Devour anyways? That's the question, right? Would it have actually mattered? Like, yes, the Charmar would be gone, but now we'd still have a Johnny on board to deal with. And now they're going to be able to kill a Devourer next turn. Let's play the Wooded Foothills. We need to attack at a Johnny. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It demands to be killed. We're gonna take 5 down to 3. Oh, we just die, right? 6 down to 2. It wouldn't have mattered. We die regardless. Because the Johnny will take up, send 5 at my face. And then they'll attack in with all above. I'll be at 3, but that's 4 damage coming in. Seasoned Pyromancer, yep. And that's even more damage coming in. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. They have 6, 7, 1, lethal. Close, but no. So would it have mattered is the question, right? Would I have played the Devour anyways to exile the Charmal and then to press the advantage? Probably, right? We probably would have just pressed our advantage anyways. And we would have then found ourselves still facing down in a Johnny. Hard to say what the right play... Well, no, that's not true. It's not hard to say what the right play was. The right play was to simply leave the World Breaker back, block the Charmaw, keep Karn on board, and that way they're forced to cast Flage rather than pitching it. Because I'm doubtful that they would have pitched Flage, let alone played the seasoned Pyromancer. They probably would have instead Cast Flage, Bolted Karn. So it would have ended up in a similar scenario, but it would have been a bit more extended. They would have still had to escape Flage. Yeah, I don't know. That would still meant they wouldn't have had any blockers on board. They would have gone up to what? They were at... Were they at 11? Were they 11 or less? I forget. We attacked in... They would have been at more if we didn't attack in with the World Breaker, though. So I think it would have been enough to get there. Karn would have been gone. We could have then exiled the Charmaw. Attacked in for 11. I don't think they would have been dead, though, is the problem. So they would have escaped Flage, but with 3 attackers on board, I think it still would have been lethal. So yes, it would have changed it would likely have changed the outcome of the match, or at least the game. It's hard to say what exactly would happen because changes in my plays would have obviously changed their plays, but if I'm trying to think of what their optimal plays would have been, I think that's what it would have come down to. And I think I would have killed them a turn earlier than they would have casted a Johnny. Unfortunate. Well, at the end of the day, we still ended up with a decent result. 4-3 record at the end of 7 rounds. I think we definitely could have X2'd, and I think we just made mistakes. We made small mistakes throughout this entire challenge, but realistically speaking, we're here to make them. Obviously, this still counts. We're still trying to get prizing, etc. But it's definitely much lower stakes in comparison to, let's say, the regional championship I'm going to in less than 3 weeks. So making these mistakes now really does help me later. So I'll walk away with that in mind. With that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please do consider hitting that like button and comment down below if you did notice any misplays I made, any lines that I may have not mentioned, or just general feedback. Because as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well. And finally, if you haven't already, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. We are getting closer and closer to our goal of 500 subscribers, and once we do, we'll be able to monetize the channel. Reason why that's significant is because once we've monetized the channel, I'll be able to start saving up towards a streaming PC, so that way I can stream these matches live on Twitch as well as upload them on YouTube. But with that being said, folks, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!